House in Baltimore, lower hemisphere. Ed Frankovic joins us now to discuss all things Tuesday night Caps. Yet another incredible. Ed, I don't know that there's words. I mean, it sort of leaves me speechless. They won 5-0, and it feels like they could have won 8-0 over the Carolina Hurricanes, who aren't a very good team. But it's just the way the goalie's playing, the way the defense is playing, the way the offense is creating opportunities, and the shooting percentage. I don't know that there's anything to complain about if you're Trotz at this point.
Yeah, Coach Trotz was trying to find something to complain about after the game. I guess he nitpicked a bit and said he didn't like that when they were up 2-0, they gave up a breakaway chance to Sebastian Aho. So he's trying to find some things that are going wrong.
Yeah, he hated the first period, and they were up 2-0.
well, you and I talked. We talked after the weekend and heading into this game on Tuesday night. We talked about I was concerned about that game. I didn't think they'd be motivated. I didn't think they'd come out well against Carolina, and they didn't. As I blogged at WNST.net, the first 5 minutes, the Caps didn't have a shot on goal. It was 6-0 Carolina. Now, they weren't quality chances, but they were shots. The Capitals were sloppy. They didn't practice on Monday, so maybe that was a factor. But they certainly didn't look motivated. But Ovechkin put a big hit on Brett Pesce in the offensive zone, and that seemed to wake the team up. It was almost like the captain saying, okay, guys, time to start playing some hockey here. And you could just see the intensity ramp up after that hit. And Orlov drew a penalty, and then Ovechkin got the power play goal. And they just started rolling from there. I felt like they dominated from then on.
Ed Frankovic can be found at Ed Frankovic out on Twitter, as well as Ed at WNST.net. The Capitals, kings of the world right now, right? I mean, I don't know where the slump is coming. I don't know where the bad times are coming, and certainly you have to hope the injuries aren't coming. But they're about to go into a nice little slumber and take a little time off as the best team in the National Hockey League, right?
Well, the last 9 games at home, and they've won 10 in a row at home. The last 9 games at home, they scored 5 goals every game, at least 5. They've got 46 goals in their last 9 games at home and only given up 11. I mean, you would really like to see them make home ice count this season in the playoffs, and they certainly are making it tougher on teams. And I think now that Trotz has this third line that is just rolling with Connolly, Eller, and Burakovsky, and they got 2 more goals on Tuesday night. Now that he has that third line, he can really, really dictate matchups. And I think that's what's happening here. I think that's why teams just can't hang with them. That they can play stretches against the Caps, but then the way he's rolling those 4 lines and he's getting production up and down the lineup, the other teams just don't have the depth to match him. And I think that's why you're seeing these goals coming, because they're just wearing teams out. He's just, Ovechkin played 17 minutes again on Tuesday night. That's another low total. And the high for ice time was Niskanen for 23 minutes. He continues to just roll the lines. I mean, guys are staying healthy because they're not playing a whole lot of minutes. They're fresh. It makes it difficult for the other team to match up.
Well, and I guess on that third line, if you're talking about Burakovsky, who we always felt could be a special guy with the right guys around him, it's fascinating that, Eller and Connolly are the guys that wound up sort of creating this awakening of Burakovsky. And, Kuznetsov's also had his own awakening on the second line.
He was fabulous again on Tuesday night, Kuznetsov, and he took a whack from Brock McGinn there at the end of the first period. I didn't like it at all.
It was
really,
chippy. I saw that.
Yeah, it was kind of cheap, and the Capitals. In the old days, somebody goes over and just plows that guy. I mean, old time hockey. You and I in the '80s and '90s, you do something like that, and you're eating a fistful of glove on the next shift. But the Capitals, they didn't retaliate. I'll give them credit. I really thought Wilson might lay the guy into the boards at some point, but they didn't. And Kuznetsov got his revenge in the third period with a beautiful goal. Just a great, and the third line makes it 3-0, and the Caps smell blood in the water. And Justin Williams, who we talk about all the time, makes a great play on the boards. Johansson gets the puck. Johansson had a great game too. He feeds Kuznetsov in the slot, and he buries his 12th goal. I mean, Kuznetsov's shooting the puck now, and that's opened up his game. He's skating to the net. He's shooting the puck, and now he's that guy you can't contain again.
Tell me about the week off, because we're about to get into that. And obviously Detroit Thursday, Anaheim on Saturday night, both home games. Certainly Detroit's a little bit down. Anaheim's a better squad on Saturday. But then a week off. League is mandated. I don't know that everybody's familiar with this, especially my football and baseball fans out there.
Well, this year they decided that they would give each team a 5-day bye week, if you will, kind of like the NFL. And with the World Cup of
It's
Hockey,
a hell of an idea, by the way. It's a great idea.
yeah, it is. I mean, the guys need a shutdown, especially for the guys that play in the All-Star game, right? They don't get a break. I mean, Ovechkin and Holtby, they had to go to L.A. They had to fly cross-country there and back, so they haven't had a break. So it really, all those guys that played in the All-Star game, they need this break. But I think it was a great idea. You shut it down. The only bad thing is that you jam a bunch of back-to-back games into the season and you get some bad hockey on some nights. But, that's the price you pay. And I think the Players Association really wanted this, and I think it's a good idea to maybe let some guys heal during the season and break it up, because it is an 8-month grind if you're going to win. If the team that wins the cup is going to play, and the team that loses in the cup is going to play 8 months of hockey. So I think it's a great idea. The Capitals got 2 more games here. Detroit on Thursday. I took a look at the standings, and it used to be Detroit Red Wings came to town. You circled that on your calendar. That's a big game, back in the days of Yzerman and Fedorov and Lidstrom. But they're not a good hockey team, Nestor. I looked at they have won the fewest games in regulation of any team in the NHL. They've only won 16 games in regulation or overtime. They have 22 wins.